Jamel President grew up less than a mile from the College of Charleston and graduated from Burke High School. He was as hard-nosed and spirited as any player I have ever coached. On the defensive end, he always guarded our opponent's best scorer. His jump shot was picture perfect, and he iced many games with his foul shots. In fact, in his senior year, he ranked 4th nationally from the foul stripe. He played in the backcourt with Anthony Johnson, and they made a magnificent duo. In an NCAA game against Stanford at the United Center in Chicago, Jamel was voted Chevrolet Player of the Game. After graduation from the college, Jamel has given so much back to the community. He presents to youngsters seminars in SAT taking and academics, and conducts clinics and camps teaching the ABCs of basketball. He is also president and CEO of the Day Foundation. Jamel, congratulations, and a big thanks for your contributions and the role model you have become for the youth of Charleston.
President Benson.
I can't. I'm gonna put it in.
Okay, I'm kind of, he's.
This drill that we're going to do is called the between the legs and behind the back. It allows for the offensive guy to catch without a pivot. And depending on where the defense is forcing him, he's able to switch pivots with less dribbles, less footwork into a pull-up jumper. Move, Kenneth. Steps though. Try to get it with the same amount of steps. That's a lot of steps. Steps shouldn't change. Without the chin. The ball. That's giving you that. What I'm doing is giving you that room to work with. So nothing changes. Otherwise, this man here is guarding him. He's sitting right here waiting. See what I'm saying? So you gotta get in here because he's right here waiting on you. When you're coming in and going real wide with the shot, right here, wait for me. What you got? Get that footwork right. There you go. Come on, it's all right, go. Recognize and you change direction, you're good. If you change direction, right, you have to be, you don't close out. You let him ride all the way in until you ride them out. Once you're done deep, you recognize, you see the opening here. That's the opening that, what's before that opening? No. Let's say, you got a corner. So what you're seeing, you're seeing that opening. You're seeing this opening. And you're attacking this opening, which is causing this. Come on. Okay? When you see that opening, I'm attacking the space between that opening. Alright? I'm coming here. What are you going to do? See what I'm saying? He's almost allowing you to get there, then he's balling up with you. I'm trying to beat him here. I'm trying to beat him there. Right? Because let's say if I do beat him here. Look what I got. Right? If he beats me there, be here. I got that. So you'll recognize the opening, you're just attacking the wrong angle. Alright?
Alright, we're here at Day TV and Fundamentally Mindful. Alright, we're here with Day TV and Fundamentally Mindful. We got a special guest, a good friend of mine, Danny Johnson, here today. Danny, how you doing today, big guy?
I'm great.
Dude, up there.
Man.
Talking about throw and he caught it. It wasn't high enough. He's dumping it like this, like still like I put it up there.
Yeah, if we get low enough, that's a win, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Catching me. Yeah, look.
And then he get it.
Yeah.
and then come back. My bad. I had to.
That's funny. I know exactly what y'all talking about.
Yeah, you're like,
my bad.
That's me.
I get that back. I get it back on D. I get it back on D.
When we played, you only got a couple of them opportunities, so they were gone. You know, you might not see that again for another game. Hey, this need to be on camera. I'm kidding with that. You already know. This need to be on camera.
Already too.
No, you got that. It's on record?
See you play, you a legend. I want to get in the court with a legend, man.
Charlie, look nice and send it right there.
Definitely, real good.
Alright. So this is how we go. I'll introduce it. I'll come to Justin Buford, Day TV, Fundamentally Mindful. Throw the ball to you. When you're done at the end of the thing, you go back to me. I'll hit you in the face with it. We're here at Fundamentally Mindful, Day TV with Justin Buford. We're going to talk about student athlete as a whole. Mr. Buford being a product of North Charleston High School. We're going to get right into everything. So Justin, how you doing today, big guy?
I'm doing fine myself.
Good. What's up? That's just the AC?
That's just, yeah.
Don't worry about it. Now let me hear the sound. Alright, go ahead, do what you do. Whatever you want.
Wow! Oh, wow!
The Coach Kress.
Alright, if I wear my hat.
Huh?
Alright, if I wear my hat.
Yeah, that's cool.
How long is this thing gonna last? You
This should
think?
be like Coach Press's.
You might have to prompt me.
Yeah, I got you. Toss the ball.
Film now.
It's recording now.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
I got edited.
Who does the other sake or something? You didn't edit that thing, I saw.
This your name and spell your name and then.
Lynn. Lynn, L-Y-N-N-E.
Can't hear you. Go ahead.
Lynn, L-Y-N-N-E.
Let me show you how to do this. You ever remember that?
That's nice.
You hit it.
That's impressive.
You know, just another day here in the struggle.
Yeah, you good. It won't break much
This is
when
a
it goes
women's
up
ball?
into the glass.
I thought you would have at least a men's ball for the macro, dude. White men cannot jump, that's for sure. You got that on camera?
They can
Now,
spin, but not
he's
jump.
stealing the show now, you know?
He is. That's
Now you got to. What's up? What kind of wolf water, man?
I don't know.
And I'm not even going.
Phone will vibrate. Phone will vibrate.
My phone will vibrate. Oh, is my phone will vibrate? Yes, sir. It's off. It's off. Oh, y'all keep it cold in here.
Man.
Ooh.
Another thing.
So yeah, once I introduce, then I'll pass the ball to you.
Oh boy.
Then you just hold on to the ball while you talk.
Day TV and Fundamentally Mindful. We're here today with Michelle Wolfert. How you doing today, Michelle?
Doing great, thanks.
Good, good. So we're gonna get right into it. Can you plug that? Unplug that for a second. Yeah. That's why editing is so good. So.
Yeah. Me too.
How it goes is that once I finish introducing, pass the ball to you. While you got it the whole time, you talking the whole time. At the end of it, pass it back to me. When I close out, we both point fundamentally mindful.
Fundamentally mindful. All right.
All right?
Easy.
Easy enough.
It's all like catch the ball, right?
Yeah.
Dive before it's
A little bit.
Day TV and Fundamentally Mindful. We're here today with Marlene Navor. How you doing today, big guy?
I'm great.
Gotta go again. Can't say big.
It's okay.
So yeah, and I also saw that, and we'll get back to that a little later, that you were a member of the USA Basketball Writers Association. So you mentioned that you like to write. I guess that all that's coming into fruition with that. So briefly talk about the collegiate atmosphere. You know what I mean? Because I saw that you spent went to Kansas State. You worked at Kansas State, worked at UNLV, also got a degree from UConn. Finally.
Oh, we redo. It's okay. No, I didn't get. I just Washington State's where I didn't get only got my undergrad there.
That's why we can edit.
Okay, sorry.
So my notes, I got all my notes from them.
Yeah, my bio. I need to change it.
So you need to change that. All right.
5, 4, 3, 2. Wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Day TV and Fundamentally Mindful. I don't know your name.
Benjamin.
Ben,
Yeah, just go Benjamin.
no, Ben what?
Benjamin.
Benjamin, like Benjamin.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Love it.
And what's your
On Purpose Adventures.
On Purpose Adventures?
Yeah.
Adventures or Adventures?
Adventures. Like
AD or ED?
AD.
Right. Benjamin On Purpose Adventures.
Yeah.
So this is the deal. Whenever whoever's talking, then you have the ball.
Oh, okay.
All right. So whether like if you're talking, you just don't go for that. He wouldn't have passed us much. So I don't know
If you got open with a better shot than I had, I give it to you. me get that ball back, because you're a shooter.
Definitely.
You're not really passing.
Definitely. Fundamentally mindful.
JTV, fundamentally mindful.
Good, and that's what I'm about to say. Don't move with the play. You know what I mean? Let it materialize, let them get away, then you start doing the thing. You don't want to move with him as he moves to the gesture. Okay, because if everybody's moving, all you gotta do is step right here. You know what I'm saying? You're wide open. So you move when you play versus coming in a zone where, you know what I'm saying? So. There's no way in the ATW offices that I'm gonna let somebody get me. I'll get an officer file first. I'm saying it don't hurt nobody, but I'm just saying, like, I gotta get him off me. He's starting to get hacked, he's starting to get fouled by somebody get him off me. And I'm going around him, and that's another thing I understand about plays. You gotta improvise. Like I say, he's trying to play, then take these hit out. Until he respects what you're trying to do. So go around him, be aggressive, don't let him just flush you like that. Good. Right. Move. You got it. Move, everyone. Good move, boy. Good job. When you're decision, run. Come back in. Don't get out like that. Come back. Right here. Go back up, Justice. Go back where you pass the ball. Right there. You got to think and you're up. Right on feet. There's a defender right here. So, pass it to Justin. You got it. Pass it to Justin. Ain't gonna work. You can't get the pass from the top. You see him like that, dribble over here. Give him the pass. Right. Push that. Good. Hey, whatever. You ain't got to handle the ball, right? Go right there. Put that. Like that. Do what? Push that. Put it right on. What do you say? It's gonna go straight back from that. You got it. Good job. Remove. Come on, man.
JTV, fundamentally mindful. So let's talk about little stories about
This is gonna be fun.
Coach Cress, Greg Marshall, Jim Yarborough, all of them. You know, take us on memory lane about the different coaches. Dwayne Grace. You know, let's talk about each one of those coaches and little things, little memories that you have each one of them. Starting with Greg Marshall, who's a major collegiate coach in the industry right now. Talk about him and how you and why you think he's so successful.
Well, I think because as Greg told me a couple, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, we were chatting when they were doing so well initially, and Greg told me on the phone, he said, "Shoo, it's just the old man system." And a few wrinkles here and there, but it's the old man system. So he gives great credit to John Kress. You know, I go back to what John Kress, how he described his assistants, and I used to talk to John quite a bit. We actually had a lot of moments where we talked about a number of different things, even outside of basketball. And he always told me that Greg Marshall was the best evaluator of talent that he ever worked with. And if you go back and obviously look at some of the recruiting, I don't want to lose on the fact, or get lost in the fact that I think in Dwayne Grace, probably made up the 2 greatest duo, if you will, in terms of recruiting at CFC. The one thing that really sticks out, Greg Marshall, worst driver ever. Okay, we would be on the road, we'd fly in somewhere, we had vans back then. Remember, we didn't get the charter buses, we had vans, and he would drive a van. He's the only guy that I know that can drive straight but look this way. Okay? It used to, and just, you know, slamming on brakes, and it was awful.
Right.
Dwayne, I think the best teacher of big men I've ever seen.
Right.
I had the luxury of watching John's teams practice and play for 12 years, and then 4 with Tom Herring and 4 with Bobby Crimmins. And this is no knock on Tom or Bobby's staff, because that's the way big men are probably taught in 99% of the schools around, and there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is, I remember sitting there watching the big men work. As you know, they have big men where they take them down to one end of the floor and they go through different drills. With Dwayne, it was a war. I mean, those guys, they beat each other to death and they went after it. And I remember watching some of the other coaches later on after John and their assistants work with big men and think to myself, this is why Thaddeus Delaney, this is why Chris Jackson, bless his heart, 150 pounds maybe soaking wet when he played, beat Georgia Tech, went up against Malcolm Mackey and James Forrest that night at Georgia Tech and was able to win. And the list goes on and on.
We're in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Five, 4, 3.
Before, bless you. Bless you.
4, 3, 2.
Bless you.
I know you can't really, you know.
Gus Backer was a lot of fun, by the way.
Bless you.
4, 3, 2.
I'm just happy to be here with you.
Bless you.
Give me a pass even though you didn't play.
I came back home to Burke.
Bless you.
4, 3, 2.
I thought I could play baseball.
Bless you.
Let me check this right quick.
Bless you. If I hadn't gotten it checked out before state.
Bless you.
That's the great thing about editing.
Bless you, yes.